At Rubino and Lang, we have been lucky enough to work with hundreds of retirees and see the changes they go through when they enter retirement. Over the years, the most compelling conversations we have with our clients are always centered around what they wished they had done differently. With many feeling compelled to share their regrets to avoid others making the same mistakes, we thought in today's video, we would share the #1 retirement regret that our retirees have experienced. And using a client's story, we'll explain everything you should do to avoid their regrets. Let's get right into it. Too often, people delay retirement, not because they're financially unprepared, but because fear-based planning takes over. Traditional advice and constant news about market dips or rising inflation create doubts, even when your financial position is strong. Instead of focusing on realistic, data-driven planning, many retirees fixate on worst-case scenarios, losing valuable retirement years. Let's go over a situation. Meet Todd, a talented engineer who retired at 67, 5 years later than he needed to. Despite having substantial savings and a reliable pension, he fell into 3 common traps that many successful professionals face. Looking back, here are the 3 regrets that Todd wishes he could change. Letting fear-based planning steal his best retirement years, following his colleague's retirement timeline instead of his own, and building an excessively large safety net that he never actually needed. Each of these regrets stemmed from underlying beliefs that seemed prudent at the time, but ultimately cost him dearly. So, what fueled Todd's fear-based planning? Well, 3 core beliefs. #1, every extra year of work means more security. #2, I need a massive safety net beyond my pension and savings. And #3, market conditions need to be perfect before retirement is safe. These beliefs, they made Todd doubt his readiness, keeping him tethered to work when he could have been enjoying some active retirement lifestyle years. So what did this lead to? Fear-based planning came at a steep cost. Lost time. Todd spent 5 irreplaceable years lost to unnecessary work. Family time and his travel dreams were postponed, and his healthiest, most vibrant retirement years were traded for more savings that he didn't really need. Now, what we've learned from working with successful professionals over the years is that most people delay retirement unnecessarily, not because they haven't saved enough, but because they are following general advice that doesn't fit their specific situation. See, retirement planning is not one size fits all, and what works for one person could be completely wrong for another. We've seen countless successful professionals work years longer than they needed to, missing out on their best retirement years, all because they were following generic retirement rules instead of receiving personalized guidance. That's why we created a personalized retirement readiness questionnaire. If you're hoping to retire within the next 5 years and you complete this, one of the partners here at Rubino and Lang Wealth Partners will personally create a short video analyzing your specific situation to show if you could potentially be ready to retire earlier than you think. Just click on the link below and fill it out. Let's get back to Todd and his epiphany. Realizing that fear stole his retirement, the turning point came when Todd revisited his numbers from age 62. He realized that fear, not finances, had kept him from working. His what-if scenarios were disconnected from reality, and no amount of extra savings could buy back those lost years. And this was his wake-up call. Fear had controlled his retirement plan. Now, how can you let fear avoid controlling your retirement? We've talked about this on previous videos, but it can be tough to overcome a fear-based mentality when it comes to your retirement finances. An article from Reuters noted that in a Wells Fargo study, 44% of Americans point to personal finances as the most challenging conversation anyone can possibly have. Avoiding talking about your finances can be severe, with negative consequences to your health, wealth, and happiness, as we just saw in Todd's example. But that doesn't make it enough to shine a spotlight on our struggles with talking about it. So why does talking about finances make us uneasy? According to Daniel Crosby, a behavioral finance expert and the head of Inkblot Organizational Psychology in Huntsville, Alabama, money is shorthand for happiness, power, and personal efficacy. So it can be very scary. When money is short, it can be seen as a deficiency on part of the breadwinner. And when there is lots of money, there can be fears that greed takes the place of genuine love. And this can lead to 2 major factors as to why you might hesitate reaching out to a professional to discuss your retirement situation. One is called disclosure anxiety. feelings of discomfort at the idea of sharing personal information with a professional advisor. And the other is evaluation anxiety, expectations of being negatively judged by a financial professional. Whether it be for past financial mistakes, investment decisions you didn't know you got wrong, or simply not thinking you have enough money, you might be too scared to talk to an advisor out of fear of being judged. Now, here's what Todd wishes he had done differently. See, Todd wishes he had, number one, focused on a data-driven analysis rather than emotional decisions. 2, gained a clear understanding of his actual retirement needs. And 3, sought professional guidance to counter fear-based thinking. Kind of relates to what we were just talking about. With the right approach, Todd could have confidently retired at 62, knowing his financial position was more than sufficient. Overcoming that fear would have transformed Todd's retirement in a number of ways. Confidence through facts would help Todd discover that he could have retired earlier without regret. A retirement plan built on data would have helped him see that he was financially ready years before he actually retired. And a realistic market perspective would have helped him learn that he could have embraced his best retirement years, or his most active retirement years. Todd let those 2 anxieties affect his ability to enjoy a longer retirement, and he's not alone. There are countless articles echoing similar stories on websites like AARP, and additionally there's a survey highlighted by Business Insider that indicates some retirees wish they had retired earlier, among other financial regrets. But the takeaway is, don't let fear-based planning steal your retirement. If you're planning to retire, or if you're hoping to retire within the next 5 years, now is a great time to take action. Work with a retirement planning professional to help you create a data-driven, adaptable retirement plan that gives you the added confidence to retire on your terms. Because the biggest regret isn't running out of money, it's actually running out of time. Now, before we wrap up, what's truly eye-opening is just how common sense these retirement missteps are, even with careful planning. Between Social Security decisions, healthcare planning, and withdrawal strategies, we've found that most people face far more complexity in retirement than they realize. And Todd's story shows it. The right retirement plan framework can mean the difference between financial security and years of regret. To help you prevent any retirement regrets down the line, we've created a quick questionnaire to help give you the personalized advice for your situation. If you're hoping to retire within the next 5 years, fill out the questions, and one of the partners here will send you a video giving you an outlook moving forward. Just click on the link below to take it, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.